Okay, I put this video together hoping that it'll help you to remember how to journalize the employee payroll. I used Prezi to do it and then just added some voiceover to hopefully help explain a few things. This is the second payroll you've done for this simulation. If you need to, because there won't be any instructions this time around, turn to page 17 in your instruction booklet and you can follow through those instructions to help remember how to do some of this. The first step is to complete the entire payroll register. What you're looking at here is the one that I completed for December 31st. Don't forget to do your totals, to do everything for each employee. You want to make sure not only that each employee line, but also your total line balances from left to right. So you should be able to take your total earnings, deduct the total deductions, and get the net pay for each employee and the totals. Don't move on until that balances. Your earnings section is what each employee earns based on their hourly wage or their annual salary, whatever it is. You need to check their individual employee earning record to see what each employee earns. And then the memo that you have in your instructions will tell you if they had any overtime. Figure that for each employee. This is part of the expense of having employees. If you are a business owner and you want to have employees, this is an expense, i.e. the salary expense. Salary expenses decrease our equity, so we always debit expenses. Once you've figured up their earnings, then you can figure the deductions. Most deductions are based on total earnings, so you can't really move forward here until you've done the earnings section. Every deduction is a liability that Authentic Threads owes to somebody. If it's federal income tax or Social Security tax, those kinds of things are dictated by the government. We have to pay the government those amounts. Health insurance, bonds payable, United Way donations, those are items that each employee has authorized us to take out of their paycheck. We can't just do it. We have to be authorized to do that. The total of each one of those deduction columns is an amount that we need to journalize. So for instance, the $563, your employee income tax payable, that is a liability to the government for employee income tax. The $288 in the health insurance column is a liability for health insurance premiums that we owe to whoever our health insurance premium carrier is. We owe all of this money to somebody. Liabilities are on the right side of the accounting equation, which means they have a normal credit balance. So when we journalize these, we will credit each one of these individual accounts for the total at the bottom. Once we've figured all up, we can take the total of the deductions and deduct that from their earnings and get the net pay. This is the take-home cash. Each employee will get a check for that amount after the pay period. We write one check for the total to the payroll account. So when you write your check for the December 31st payroll, this is the amount you're going to write it for. Somebody else will take care of making sure that those employees get their individual checks, but they're doing it based on this payroll register that you completed. Now, once you have everything completed, everything balances, then you're ready to write the check and journalize it. Remember, every time you write a check, it goes in the cash payments journal. There's a special column, cash credit, for the amount of the check. All of those other items I just outlined, salary expense, all of our liabilities, they all need to be noted in the cash payments journal, and your entry should look something like this. You wrote check 929 to the payroll account. You have a total salary expense, and you have all of these multiple liabilities that you eventually will owe. Right now, we're just keeping track of what we owe. Hopefully, this has helped you to remember how to journalize that entry for the employee payroll. Now, this is the first step. Remember, every time you have a payroll, you have two entries. This one for the employee payroll taxes, and then the second one for the employer, which will be in a separate video. And as always, if you have any questions, you have to make sure you ask in class or put that question out there on the GroupMe app. Good luck.